sweet Frida, you disappoint me. What would your mother say if she could see you now? If she knew you refused to be like the rest of us?
I am my own person, Dad. Why can't you love me for who I am?
Love? How disgusting. This rebellious attitude of yours. You do know what it means.
No, please. I will change, Father. Please have mercy.
Oh, my oldest offspring. Take this young, confused lamb to the dark room. And for you, Frida, it was about time you learned that mercy is the scapegoat of the weak-willed.
Well, hello there, dear viewer. This following series is a direct continuation of Eyes Closed, so you better go watch that if you haven't already. Okay? Ready? Good. Let's keep going then. Frida was picked up by a member of the organization we work for and taken to a dimly lit room, where she was sat in front of the Archmage. Son of Truth was cast again and the Archmage interrogated Frida for a second time. You see, they got reports of a black hound sighting near the area we disappeared. A black hound is one of the leaders of the criminal organization called the Black Hounds, and our organization is at war with them, so disappearing near the sighting of one of them, it's very suspicious. After a lengthy back and forth, the Archmage decided that Frida wasn't lying, and that no more torture was necessary. Frida then asked where her friends were, and the Archmage thought for a second and then said, well, Bob is being touched as well. Clerics and druids detected a tumor in his body while tending to his wounds and decided to operate on him, and I thought it would be a good enough punishment to make them do it with some special sedatives of mine. He is unable to move or make any noise, but I made well sure he could feel every single thing. Your other friends are being trained to absolute exhaustion by the leader of the section. After 3 more days of questioning and punishment, we were free to go, now well aware that the war situation was getting worse by the minute. The party got back together, and under orders of our superiors, we met with a monk Goliath called Karn. He informed us that we were to accompany him to a nearby city to look for one of the organization's heads, a goblin named Jorge. We departed that same day and soon arrived to our destination. Okay guys, look, I already did some recon before calling us, and I narrowed down our research to 2 options. This creepy looking mansion and this well. The mansion itself is rumored to be haunted, and nobody lives there, but voices and movement can be heard at night. On the other hand, this well is used as part of a celebration where citizens throw coins in, especially well-off ones, to be blessed. It was getting late, so we decided to sleep for the night, and after some shenanigans where someone tried to kill us in our sleep, which Joshua and Bob handily took care of, we decided to go to the spooky mansion first. Joshua and Frida were distracted by the sudden appearance of Fox, which had been missing since the dungeon incident. Don't worry, I'll talk about it in the next episode. So Bob and Ese went ahead and entered the house without them. We explored the first floor, and even though nothing really happened, the darkness of the night didn't do any favors to its decrepit looks. Bob spotted a set of stairs and started to cast detect thoughts, just to make sure we didn't get ambushed. We were getting up to the middle of the staircase when our DM stopped us and said, "You sense a presence coming from the wall." Oh, well, I focus, Ese punches the wall. My DM chuckled at me and said, "You punch into the wall and nothing happens, until you feel something trying to pull you in." Ese luckily saved the throw and pulled his hand out of the wall. "I'm gonna look inside," Bob said. You see a dark, spectral hand come out, and then another, until you're faced by hundreds of them, all coming for you through the walls. Do me a dexterity save, guys. Of course, the wizard failed, and as more hands stirred a hole in the floor, he was pulled in and disappeared into the shadow. Ese, on the other hand, due to being a monk, succeeded all of the saves. He started to huff in relief, thinking, "Oh fuck, I'm so glad I wasn't that fucking guy," and tried to take another step upstairs. Roll for acrobatics, please. Pfft, I totally got there. Oh no. Ese takes a confident step and... The rest of the party arrived at our location and entered to an empty house with a hole in front of the set of stairs. Huh, so old it's falling apart. As they kept advancing, they started to hear the screams of Karn coming from upstairs. They rush up to find that he was embedded into the ground from the waist down and being carried through the floor, destroying it as he advanced. The team started to work on that. Meanwhile, Bob woke up on a dark hallway and spotted a horrifying monster that immediately started to chase him. After running for about an hour, he realized, thanks to the voices coming from his staff, "Oh yeah, I can throw fireballs," and immediately destroyed this thing, which ended up being an illusion. Ese, on the other hand, woke up in a similar situation. He was walking down a hall, but this one had spooky paintings of a family on it. Ese tried to punch it, just in case, and ended up going inside the painting. Now he was stuck in this weird world, and the dude from before started running away from him. When in doubt, kill it, he thought, and the chase started. Who will win? The painted version of a fat aristocrat or a young monk with key power? It was a young monk with key powers. As soon as Ese catched up, the world around them started to change. Ese saw the opportunity and decided that if he entered this way, then it must work the other way around, and run for it, crossing the painting and into the real world. Meanwhile, Frida, Joshua, Fox and Karn started fighting two ghosts on the second floor, though Karn wasn't being really helpful about it. And in the midst of this fight, the whole house was set on fire. The team had to quickly find a way out, just to then stand before what now looked like a huge campfire. You see, Bob jokingly suggested that maybe burning the house down was the best way of getting rid of the ghosts. And Ese, being a Sun Soul monk, capable of casting burning hands, decided that it was a great idea. We immediately booked it into the well, since we didn't want anyone seeing us besides the burning building. And once down there, we found that not only there was no water down here, but a passage had been dug out. Fox even deducted that it had a few years to it, and surely enough, as we advanced, his suspicions were confirmed, because deeper down this dank, dirty hole, two guards blocked the entrance to a facility. This will be all for part 1, my dudes. Make sure to come back for a second part of this chapter in our campaign. Very permanent and incredible changes are about to happen. Love you all, bye bye!
Little things like diamond rings for between other things like you and I we used to have. For a coffee pot, we used it a lot to sit around and talk about many things we'd always want, we'd never get. But a dreamer, still a dreamer, until you wake them up and sit them down and explain to them that the sky is up and the earth is down, amongst other things. Like human beings, they really aren't what they seem. They will lie, cheat and steal to get ahead of you. Oh, I'm afraid it's true. When the world comes crashing down, what are they to do? And I'm not blaming you naive. For now, just close your eyes, start dreaming, dreaming.